It's herbal ally time, and this herb is perfect for those times when you've overindulged. It loves all things digestive. It relieves pain, cramping, bloating and gas. It's mildly sedating, so it's great where there's nervous tension or anxiety. Today we're talking about lemon verbena.
Well, hello beautiful people, and welcome to the Project Joyful podcast. I'm your host, Tracy Tutty, your medical herbalist and high performance coach. So hey, Project Joyful isn't just about being happy. It's about consciously creating a life you love. It's about remembering how to reconnect with your soul-centered joy. You know, that joy that comes from doing what you love, from living on purpose, and from being in a life that allows you to experience deep joy moment by moment. So hey, let's get started, shall we?
So today we're talking about one of my favourite herbs for herbal teas. I also use it in tincture form, but its flavour brings something magical to your herbal tea blend. And its medicinal uses are so broad that it will almost certainly help you to feel a little bit better for having it in your world. It's lemon verbena, or Aloysia citrodora. It did used to be called Lipia citrodora, so you might hear it referred to as that as well. The plant was first classified from plants grown in the royal gardens in Madrid in 1785. Spanish botanists named it Aloysia to honour Maria Luisa, who was the wife of Charles IV of Spain. But unbeknownst to the Spanish, botanists had found the plant growing wild in South America in 1709, and they named it in honour of the botanist Augustin Lippi. Hence, lemon verbena enjoys two botanical names. It gets more confusing than that though. Because of the verbena name, it's often confused with Verbena officinalis, otherwise known as Verbena citrodora, or more commonly, it's known as vervain. They're two completely different plants with very different uses. Today we're talking about lemon verbena. Now, it's best known as a herb that supports a wide range of digestive complaints. Lemon verbena is the herb to drink after overindulging, like on your Christmas dinner, for example. Its antispasmodic action can relieve indigestion and cramping, and its carminative properties help to gently relieve bloating and to quietly dispel gas. It's also used traditionally to break a fever. It supports the parasympathetic nervous system, so its mildly sedating effect can be helpful when there's anxiety or nervous tension, particularly if that tension's held in the stomach. Lemon verbena supports liver function, also another reason for using it this time of year, and it can be helpful where there are challenges with digesting fat. As its name implies, lemon verbena has a really subtle lemon flavour. It's delicious. The young leaves add a pop of flavour to your salad, and it's a tasty tea or cooling summer drink, even when drunk on its own. In herbal medicine, we call a medicine made with one herb, we call it a simple. Now, just because it's natural, it doesn't mean it's all good for you. There are some cautions with lemon verbena. The essential oil can cause skin sensitivity when it's exposed to sunlight, so use it with care if you're applying it externally. Or apply the whole plant oil rather than the more concentrated essential oil to your skin in the evening rather than during the day, and that will minimise the risk of phototoxicity. Whilst I've read of potential gastric irritation with long-term use of lemon verbena, there are also studies which show it protects the mucosa and that it can support the healing of gastric ulcers, and that it's also a powerful antioxidant. One study suggested lemon verbena could protect the gastric mucosa against damage caused by NSAIDs, or non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. I've also reviewed a couple of studies which compared oxidative damage following an intense exercise regime in men and women. It was a small study, but that study said that the group which took lemon verbena had less muscle damage, they recovered more quickly, and they showed better antioxidant activity than the group not taking lemon verbena. I've also reviewed other studies which do show conclusively that lemon verbena is a very powerful antioxidant. So how do I take my lemon verbena? Well, it's a key ingredient in my nervous system love herbal tea, and I drink that most days. I've also used it in clinic. I've seen it provide support with patients who are overworked, frazzled, wired and tired. I've used it in digestive issues where there is bloating and pain from an overextended or spasming belly. Lemon Verbena is one of the herbs for the garden. Bees love it, which is why it's sometimes called lemon bee brush. Now, like all citral-rich plants, it increases honey production and it encourages a healthy brood thanks to the antiviral and antibacterial properties of the citral family of plant chemicals. Citral is where it gets that lemon flavour from, just like you find with Melissa officinalis, for example. It likes a well-drained soil in full sun. It's not a fussy plant. Just make sure that you don't overwater it because lemon verbena doesn't like wet feet. Now, its favourite neighbours include lots of bee-friendly plants, including borage, lovage, and calendula or English marigold. Now remember, plant medicine is potent medicine. If you have any underlying health conditions, you're pregnant, you're trying to get pregnant, or you're lactating, or if you're taking any medications, don't just rely on the information in this episode. As we've shown with lemon verbena, just because it's natural, it doesn't necessarily mean it's good for you. Please do get individualized advice by consulting with your medical herbalist. Not only are they trained in which herbs affect a particular health condition or your current life season, they're also trained in any herb-drug interactions and in choosing exactly the right herb for you. You see, your body knows exactly what it needs to heal itself, be that herbal, pharmaceutical, food-based, emotional support or mind medicine. My job as your herbalist is to connect you with the herbs your body is already searching for. And if you're tired of drinking bland herbal teas, peak the taste by including a little bit of lemon verbena. Interested in some tasty herbal tea recipes that not only taste amazing, I know because I drink them, but they're also good for you? Check out the show notes for a link to my free herbal tea recipe book. I've included recipes for an energizing tea, a sleepy time tea, a pain relieving tea, and a whole host of other recipes for some common health conditions. Anyway, I'm looking forward to having my cup of lemon verbena now, so I will be sending you lots of love. Bye for now.
Hey, thanks for listening to today's podcast. Can I ask you a favour? If our conversation spoke to you today, could you please take a moment to leave a 5-star review? Your review will help people discover this podcast, and together we can create a world where there's even more love and more laughter. And if you want to hear more from the Project Joyful podcast, just click the subscribe button. Bye for now.